Today, I want to talk to you about something that's very personal to me. And I felt moved to share it with the Light Tribe because I feel like this is something that light workers specifically um, tend to have to deal with constantly. And that is functioning depression. Now, first, let me give you some back information so you can understand how serious depression is and why it was actually a part of my being a catalyst for why I became so interested in mastering the mind, understanding the mind. And then I turned around and I actually have children who also inspired that. But let's go to the beginning.
Say the world just don't know. Say the world just don't know. Say the world just don't know what they will soon know. Live life to the full, there's no rule, it's just how I feel. Listen close between lines, I be spitting what's real. Say the world just don't know what they will soon know. This is the anthem for those who stay peace amidst the ruckus. God sends us what we
It's me, Amina Hextall. I am your intuitive therapist, the dancing intuit, and I want to share with you something very personal uh, today about my battles with functioning depression. Now, this is something that I feel like I've healed from, but it can always resurface. And I would probably say for me, it resurfaces whenever I'm getting to a point of feeling overwhelmed. So let's go back. Let's look at the statistics, period, with depression just in the US alone. In the United States, and I have real numbers here. In the United States alone, 21 million adults and 3.7 million young people suffer from depression. And these are people who haven't been diagnosed, some of them. Because in the US, only 29% have been diagnosed. So the majority of these people are walking around suffering from depression in silence and getting no help, no assistance, which is going to be a further, send you further down that sliding board. In women, 23.8% of women in the US suffer from depression, 11.3% of men. Black people, 15%, Hispanics and whites, 18%. So I feel like the disorder called depression should be looked at as like an emergency. Because if this is just the US alone, can you imagine internationally what the statistics are? And then think about those who live in areas that can't even be tested for this. So I'm here today to let you know you don't have to keep pushing. But I want to give you some information as well. First off, if you're unsure exactly what depression is, let's go over that first. Depression is a condition that can elevate or lower your emotions or your moods indefinitely. It can also show up as a lack of interest in things, like in anything at all after a while. You start to feel like activities that made you feel good aren't even able to make you feel good. You're in a constant state of sadness. Sometimes you know why, sometimes you don't. Some people know, some people don't. And you can get to a point where you feel like life has no purpose or you have no purpose here. That's when depression has reached its peak, and you really should seek some outside assistance. So, what is functioning depression? Because I know some people go in depression. Okay, I know that. But what do you mean functioning depression? Like, all right, so functioning depression is when you feel like shit, but you're smiling still and you're pushing through whatever is going on internally. You're just like grinning and silently bearing it. Maybe you are in a state of overwhelm. Maybe you are like just feeling like nothing is going right. However, to the outsiders, people who don't know you, and sometimes even people that know you, will have no clue that inside you are not happy. And maybe you do have bouts of happiness, like moments where you're like, I feel really good. And then there's the trigger and you feel not so good. But it's not obvious or apparent because you're still functioning as if everything is fine. That's functioning depression. And the scary part of functioning depression is that most people are completely unaware that the person is suffering from it. A prime example is Robin Williams, the comedian who committed suicide. Everybody will say, oh, I thought he was so happy. But he seemed so happy. But he always was making people laugh and smile. That's functioning depression. Because internally he was not happy. But his outward appearance and personality and actions made people have the impression that all was well. Now, I'm going to tell you my personal story. And then I'll let you know why this is a constant battle, how you can know that you suffer from this. These are things that I feel like are very important. So I'll share my story first. Okay, so my battle with functioning depression probably started when I was a child, and I had no clue what it was. Um, I've always felt like, and I think I really noticed in high school that I was always expected to be the joy, the sun, and sometimes I wouldn't feel like it. Like, I'm not feeling like making people laugh. I don't feel like smiling. I don't feel like laughing. I don't feel like having fun right now. I don't want to do shit. Especially because in high school, I was a fuck up. I was cutting left and right. I was failing. And this is after coming from being an overachiever. This is after coming from talented and gifted programs my whole life, being in advanced placement classes my entire life, being in the highest level classes since I was in elementary and middle school. And then I get to high school and now I'm failing and I'm not used to this. So, and I ended up, let me not skip this, I ended up dating someone who was a manic depressant, meaning that they could go from being extra, extra like, yeah, 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 to get the fuck out my house in a split second. And I've witnessed it. That's another story for another time. But that was my first time realizing, like, yo, I have similarities to this, and it opened my eyes to start to really look into what depression was, what was manic depression, what was clinical depression, and then I realized the one I had, functioning depression. Where my functioning depression stems from is a lack of self-worth, a lack of seeing the value in my contributions to the world. And that's probably more so harder on me because I'm a light worker and I'm supposed to contribute in some way to the world. And I'm always feeling called to do so. But when you come from an upbringing that made you feel that the things you accomplished were never good enough, it puts you into an energy of constantly striving, constantly trying to achieve something greater. No matter what you achieve, it's never good enough. Why? Because you're looking for someone else to say, you're great. And when you don't get that, it causes you to push harder. And little do you realize is inside you are all messed up because you're not getting the recognition, the validation, the what you're looking for. You're not getting it, you know? And sometimes you get little moments when you do something for someone and they show their gratitude and you're like, yeah, I do have value. But when you turn to, for example, parental figures, and what you accomplish or you do isn't really held in high regard, and I think that's where it began for me. I don't like to put the blame on anybody because I always say parents are doing the best that they can do. If they are in your life, they're doing the best that they can do, even if they are a horrible parent. That's the best that this parent can do, that they can do. Not to say that they have an excuse if they're doing any abuse or molestation and things like that. That is not an excuse. Do not anybody take it as I'm saying, oh, if your parent was abusive, they were doing the best that they could. No, I'm talking about parents that actually were parenting and trying. They did the best they could, and they're not going to be perfect. But you got to remember too that their parenting stems from how they were parented, and that's something that as a child you're not thinking about. So I would say that my initial trigger was trying to please my father. And those of you who have been with me for a long time, following me on Get Into It with Amina, you probably saw my video called Triggers, and it was about an ex-boyfriend that reminded me or triggered feelings that my father triggered. And I think one of the things I always looked at was for validation that I was great. And it was from him. But it spilled over into my adult life after a while, where I felt like I needed people to recognize my greatness in order for me to recognize my value. This comes from constantly being a high achieving child and then feeling like a failure by my teen years. So I was artistically amazing, creatively amazing, doing everything I could to make up for the fact that I was not interested in going to school anymore. I just did not have the interest. There was so much else going on in Manhattan. That's where I was going to school, LaGuardia Performing Arts High School. Shout out to LAG. I had no interest, me and my bestie at the time, in what they had to offer there besides our artistic craft. And then after a while, we weren't even doing that. We were just hanging out in Manhattan and having a good time and being kids, being teens. But the end game was that now we failed. Now we are not graduating. Now we have to go for our GED. And for my family, my father was not pleased. My mother was not pleased. I wasn't pleased with myself. I carried this feeling of failure for many years, that I was a failure. And I don't want to get emotional, but yes, I did for a long time. And I did many things. Why? Because I was striving to make up for where I failed. And all my accomplishments. I remember one time talking to my dad, and I have gotten so many awards and grants and recognition before Facebook and YouTube existed, where now everybody could be like, hey, look what I did and look where I am and look what I got. I did a lot. I achieved a lot before I hit the age of 20. By the age of 21, I had already been to Africa, things that my parents had never, ever done. And a lot of my striving and my pushing of myself was because I could not fail. In my mind, I was the firstborn. I was the oldest. My sisters looked up to me. And I even had a dance company before I was even graduated out of high school. And these were things I felt I had to hold on to. I had to be responsible for. I have people who are in the group. My sisters are in the group. If I don't do this, there's no group. So I have to do this. I messed up in high school. I'm a freaking failure. So I have to go to college, even though I'm going for something I don't really want to do. But all of this stuff, pushing myself, also started to make me feel burdened as the firstborn. Then when I became a mom, then when I was mating with someone who did not have a mom in their life, who was not working, then I became the nurturer. And I always felt like I had to keep pushing for whoever I was carrying. And I didn't have time to stop and acknowledge when I was tired, when I felt overwhelmed, when I was heartbroken, going through relationship stuff. Nope, still going, still striving. Sometimes even doing performances with the person who broke my heart, or the people who broke my heart. And it's just something that many people struggle with, that you have no clue. Why? Because they do for people. They do so much to help and to serve. And it makes you think like, oh, this person's doing great. They teach, they this, they that. And then you you find out why. How come Amina's never resting? How come whenever I look online, Amina is doing, doing, doing? That's a part of functioning depression, because you feel like if you're not doing something, you ain't shit. And then when you're doing something, and if you're not getting the validation that you're looking for, you still feel like you ain't did shit. And so you're pushing on to the next thing that you feel like will finally make you feel like I can rest. Or you're constantly trying to find ways that you can release some of your burdens without releasing them. Like maybe wishing or spazzing out one day. No one helps me. I wish someone would help me. But you don't ask for help. Functioning depression, no, we don't ask for help. But we do spaz out when we're overwhelmed and we're not getting any help. And when I had my three youngest children, uh, it was like a return to functioning depression for me, because I couldn't dance. Then I had my third child, and third youngest, and as they all reached the ages of 2 and 3, I realized they were not speaking and processing things the same as kids their age. And then they were diagnosed with autism, ASD 2, and nonverbal, and ADHD. So that took me on a little bit of a spiral again, where I had to smile and find joy in the fact that, yes, I have these twins, which is a blessing in our ancestral African cultures and in many other cultures, because there's some people who can have no kids. To have two at one time is a blessing. And then my son, I had no sons. I never thought I would have one. And so he came. So, yeah, I felt very blessed. But then I felt overwhelmed when I realized the care and the time that would go into raising them and taking care of them, and hoping that I would outlive them, to a point where I was like, stressing out. What will happen to them if something happens to me? And so this is something that, I've had to just learn to accept. But it's a form of functioning depression, because a part of you is sad that your children are in this condition. And then you look at other people and their kids, and they're doing things, and they're able, they're going places with them. People don't mind watching them, giving them breaks. Kids will play with them. They're invited to parties, and your kid doesn't get any of that. In fact, people say that your kids terrorize them. They fear your children. I'm sorry, this makes me very emotional. Because it's sad to watch your children not have friends. And they're at the park right now. They were in here and they were very bored, so I asked their father to please take them to the park. But you know, they're 10, the twins, and they have no friends. And my son is 8. And when his little baby cousin comes over, he's so excited. He's running around with him. It just makes me so sad that they're unable to have people not judge them, not want them to change, but to accommodate, you know? And I think that's the issue with a lot of disabilities, that we put them into programs where we're forcing them to change when they are normal. That's their normal, and rather than accommodating them, they're forced to fit into a square when they're a round peg. So I've homeschooled my kids for a long time, and it's a part of my overwhelm sometimes too, but I continue to function. I continue to do. I continue to serve. I continue to help. I continue to pray and believe and trust. And I think today, oh, my stomach growled. I'll probably need to eat something. But I think today it came to a head for me that I needed to talk about it, that there were other people who needed to hear my story and maybe could relate. And what helped me out of functioning depression was discovering the power and the gifts I had within, and researching my powerful ancestors and discovering different techniques and ways that I could uplift myself and also start to find that I have value, that I am, I do have a purpose, and that I am appreciated, and that I have achieved so much more than what my dad would acknowledge, which was, well, I always thought you would do this, but at least you went to Africa. I've been going to Africa since I was a teen. So for me, that wasn't a major accomplishment. And it kind of shitted on everything else I had done. The Salmon May Rudin Award for Community Service, the Civic Service Award from my own community in Rochdale Village, all the certifications I had gotten, the Partnership After School Educator Awards I won every year, the Citizens Committee of New York Awards I won every year since 2005 to 2013. Like, I have done so much, and this man had narrowed it all down into, I went to Africa. And that moment, I realized I was looking for his validation. And I think that was my wake up. What made him the one to make it, to give me value? Why did I place so much on others to show me my worth? And why did I not create something for my kids rather than seek for them to fit somewhere? And that was how STEAM was born. Femme Healing African Dance was probably the first thing I created before STEAM, which was because I felt like women needed a way to release their emotions rather than pushing them down and suppressing them, and then having all these fertility and womb issues, because that's where all of our sorrow and anger sat. STEAM came about when I said, now I can create a technique that gives people tools to use whenever they're feeling lost or stuck. And yeah, that's my personal journey with battling functioning depression, something I constantly battle. I mean, but now I have the tools to snap right out of it when I need to. I have resources. I have a list of people that I know I can talk to when I feel like I'm spiraling. And I really hope that this channel is a resource for those who don't have someone in the physical that they can talk to. You can come here, hit a reading, and get some intuitive therapy. Hear what you need to hear. That'll take you out of that vibration, that energy. And on that note, I want to explain to you ways that you can see if you are suffering from functioning depression as well. So, why are we constantly battling functioning depression? Well, One, people pleasing. We will push through pain for everybody else. I'm not in a good mood, but my kids need to go outside and play, so I'm gonna go take them out, even though I feel horrible and I feel hopeless. Um, I'm gonna go to work today because I gotta pay bills. If I don't pay these bills, my family has no roof over their head. They have no food to eat. And even though I feel like I'm dying inside, I'm gonna go to work instead of calling out sick, which is what you should do. Mental depression is an illness. It's a sickness. It can make your entire body shut down where you don't even want to eat. Two, seeking outside validation for value. As you heard from my personal story, that was one of my issues. Looking for someone to say how everything you're doing is appreciated and I love you and I'm grateful. And then you'll feel like, okay, I can rest. You will never feel validated by someone else until you see the value and the worth in yourself. And I'm going to say that again. You will never see the worth in yourself from someone else's validation. Somebody could tell you you are amazing, you're great. But you have to believe it. So if you don't believe it, those words will be a temporary fix to how you feel. Number 3, overworking. Overworking, overachiever. And the triggers are usually family. It's usually upbringing. It usually started when you were young, when you are an overachiever or overworker, and you feel like I have to keep pushing and I have to work and I have to achieve these great things. It usually stems from your upbringing. And once you recognize where it stems from, you can kind of start to notice when it's going to be triggered and avoid it, or avoid those people. Sad to say. Or express to them that how they trigger you. And if they don't want to, understand, then sayonara. Number 4, not asking for help and trying to pretend all is well. That's why we constantly battle functioning depression. That should have been number 1. Not asking for help. Not from your spirit guides, not from God, not from your ancestors, not from friends, not from family, not from anybody. You just try to pretend everything is fine so that your children don't get depressed, so that your friends aren't looking at you like, oh, what is wrong with you, and pitying you. The last thing a functioning depressed person wants is pity or sympathy, or someone else to feel sad because of how they feel. That's why we put on that air of everything is fine. But asking for help and really letting people know how you feel is the only way you can begin to heal. So, how to know you suffer from functioning depression? Functioning. This is the one I'm talking about. So if you're constantly staying busy and you aren't feeling it's correcting, I should say. So you're not feeling or thinking about something, that's a sign. If you're constantly trying to stay busy so that you don't have to deal with their reality. Number 2, you don't want to do anything but you feel you have to. You feel like staying in bed, crawling in a corner and crying all day, but you feel like you have to do stuff, so you get up and you do it. Number 3, crying a lot, but unsure why. Or you have many reasons why. But crying alone, not letting anyone know or see your sorrow. And lastly, you're overdoing the self-care, or you're not self-caring at all. Meaning either you're showering 50 times a day or you take no showers. You're not washing. You're always cleaning and shining your house because you feel like you should be doing something, or you ain't cleaning at all because you just don't feel like it. Those are signs. So what can help you? Talk to someone. Talking to someone helps, little do you know. Someone that you know is not going to judge you, but is going to understand and listen and give and make your feelings valid. Let you know that they're valid. Meditation and affirmations, both together, will help. I'm sorry, let me look at my list so I don't get thrown off. Oh, letting go of any activities that are overwhelming you. Don't keep doing stuff that makes you feel bogged down. And find a support group of a community of healers, like here at this channel or in my STEAM Holistic Arts group. Hey everyone. All right, let's get into it. I want to give you guys a reading for clarity about your current situation. So if you've been feeling a little like maybe you are a functioning depressed person, or even if you are just feeling depressed, or maybe you're here for someone else that you know that is going through these things, or maybe you just were called here because you have bouts of depression or you have moments of sadness, and maybe your ancestors guided you here today because you need to hear something uplifting. Well, this reading is going to let you know what's going on in your current situation from a positive tip, what you need to be seeing, because sometimes we spend so much time looking at what's negative, and we get these readings and they're always lecturing like, you doing this and you need to do that. And what are you doing? You got to focus. No, this reading is going to force you to look at, and not force you, actually invite you to look at what is actually great going on in your life right now. It's also going to let you know what blessing is currently coming in that you don't see that could help you combat these issues or feelings. And also there will be cards of advice that will also give you some advice about how to move forward, how to better deal with or manage your energy, period, your mindset, So I am thinking about possibly either letting you guys choose with a crystal or it was either going to be a crystal or I was going to have you guys choose by the top card, which is your second card of advice as well. And I always read those cards last. So I'm thinking I think I'll just let you choose by the top cards. I think that's what Spirit is telling me. I'm not going to go all into getting crystals and all this other stuff. I think today we are going to get right into it. And I think you guys, wow, cards already jumping out. I think you guys will be better served by just choosing a card according to its top card for advice. All right, now I'm going to pull your top cards, which will be the cards of advice, and then we will begin. Okay, sometimes I like to let you guys see the process, of how the cards are laid out and everything. But I do hope that the prior information did help you, and if you need any assistance dealing with depression, that's one of the main things that I can assist you with if you join one of my workshops. My free 7-day workshop will definitely knock that right out and uplift you. I have many readings and dance videos on my channel you should check out. Some of the dance videos are really inspirational and are meant to uplift your mood, even if you don't dance, even if you just watch or you just like the music. They were created to create a certain mood. It could be love, it could be joy, some of it was for cutting cords and releasing. So, there's so many resources here at Get Into It. And also if you join my Facebook group, STEAM Holistic Arts, I also have my page, facebook.com/ancestordancer, and I'm live there every week giving the weekly forecast. So when you feel like you need clarity, you know where to come. All right, so let's get these top cards out so you could choose your pile and get into it. So here we go. Pile number 1 is represented by one spirit guide, one way. So if you're drawn to this card, then your reading is in pile 1. Pile number 2, you came to serve. If you're drawn to this card, then your message is in pile 2. And for pile number 3, it is always okay to ask for guidance when the way is unclear, is pile number 3. So if you feel drawn to this card, then your message is in pile 3. Really look at the artwork more so than the words, because the words don't always mean what they say, literally. But look at the artwork and see what calls to you, as well as the numbers 1, 2, and 3. Let's take a deep breath in through our mouths and out through our mouths. In and out, and just let anything in your energy that's feeling stifling or heavy. I feel a little bit of heaviness, but as y'all exhale, I'm feeling it lightening. Let's do another deep breath in. And exhale again, letting go of more stress, more worries, more overwhelm. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. All right, guys. I'll be right back with pile number 1. Hey, pile 1. So you were drawn to one spirit guide, one way, and I will put this over here to be read last. Matter of fact, I'm going to move it right up here with Michelle. Alrighty, so let's see what's going on with you at the present. What is going on wonderful and amazing that you might not even be noticing? 7 of fire, 7 of wands. You are someone who does not give up. You do not let people knock you down. And right now you are in an energy where you are standing your ground and you are not backing down from those that want you to be other than who you came here to be. You have the 4 of water, which is the 4 of cups. So it is evident that you do have moments where you feel very down. But what you don't realize is that where you have disappointments, those disappointments were intentional. You were meant to miss out and not get certain things that you thought were meant for you, because you were meant to persevere and push through so that what is worth it, what is at the bottom of the ocean, where the jewels and the pearls and all the magic is, that's what you have coming for you. So persevere. Don't let things get you down and stuff not going as you expected, because there is something amazing being offered to you now for your perseverance. And that seems to be love. This is the card of the lovers. So, my dear pile 1, past disappointments, don't worry about them because of the fact that you persevered. And maybe people don't agree with who you love or how you love, but it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter, because this love you have or that's coming in is a gift to you for persevering through past heartache and disappointment. Amazing. And that's what's happening around you right now. So if you ain't with somebody, then you got an admirer that's about to come in. Okay? Let's see what other what blessings you got coming in, because that right there is a blessing. So you have Mbokomu, soul forgiveness, coming through as a blessing. And you have Mbuya Nehanda. I don't know if I'm saying that correct. Mbuya Nehanda, for radical rebirth. And I had this card sitting on my table for a long time. I used to just use it as inspiration. So what you're getting blessed with at this time is complete, it looks like karmic clearing. Soul forgiveness. You are being blessed with forgiveness, like from the deepest part of your core, past lifetimes, and maybe even things in this lifetime. However, it's like you're being reborn. You're getting a chance to start anew. You are also learning how to forgive those that maybe I'm getting affected you in your childhood. Maybe you were very hurt during childhood, and now you are learning to allow forgiveness, to release these people. That's going to be a blessing to you because it gives you a fresh new start, and that's where the radical rebirth comes in. This card equals 10, which equals 1, which is a new beginning. And then you have the number 5, which is about transitions. So you are definitely being reborn. But when you get radical rebirth, that means that rebirth is happening like this. So it feels like something is transpiring or has transpired in a relationship for you that has cleared your karma, has opened up your heart so that you are able not only to forgive others, but also yourself, and has allowed you to feel reborn. So let's see your advice, my ones. Teacher guide. You're learning lessons on a deep level. Remember to rest. This is your advice from your guide, who is a teacher, may have been a teacher of yours in another lifetime, or may have been in this lifetime, and now they teach you from the other side. Whatever the case may be, they want you to remember to rest, my light worker. So there may be a chance that you, with this 7 of Wands, you persevere, you push through, and you have to know when to say, okay, I gotta take a break. Okay, I need a rest. Okay, because you are going through a rebirth and a transition at this time that means things within you are changing on a deeper level. And if you don't rest, it can be very overwhelming. Okay. So, oh, excuse me. So that brings me to your card. Hold on. One spirit guide, one way, which is interesting. One spirit guide, one way. So you're being advised to clear your mind of all conflicting knowledge and trust the path that you have chosen, because soon you'll be moving towards more spiritual practices. This is the time for you to trust your spirit guide to get you to the next level of your life. You have put in a lot of work, hard work already. But once you've turned the next corner, your path is going to open up and your way will be clear. So trust your spirit guide right now. And if that ain't 100% relevant to everything that you were just told, I don't know what is. Trust, my ones. You're being guided, and remember to rest. I'm sending you so much love and light. Remember to read the description so you can figure out ways that you might want to further this journey of healing. Please sign up and register for my free 7-day workshop. It's very simple. You just send an email saying free 7-day workshop in the subject line, and you get all of the information. It also includes a free workbook, and there are prizes available during the event. On that note, peace. Please remember to subscribe if you're new here. Blessings. Like this video if it resonated or helped you in any way, and all that good stuff. May it all come to you because you deserve it. You're part of my tribe. I'll be back with Pal 2. Bye. Hey, Pal 2. Well, we're here together. You came to serve, called to me, and it was the picture that made me feel like an angel giving light to another angel, like that's getting ready to go down and be born, or be born into the world. I don't know, that's just the feeling it gave me. But anyway, take what resonates here. I will get to that last. Let's get into it. So what is your present great things happening around you? Ooh, the Star. Wow. So it does look like faith or something you hoped for is going to be rewarded. And then for some of you, it looks like you're going to be rising into a spotlight. It doesn't really look like you're going to realize it's happening. With the moon behind you, it's like illuminating, shining light on you. And you're not going to realize it, but maybe you don't realize it. You are becoming a star. A lot of people are looking at you, paying attention to you. They feel like you hold a wealth of wisdom. Wow. And they feel that you're very transparent emotionally with this water here. But also what I'm getting is faith and hope being rewarded. Staying faithful. Staying trusting in the divine. You also have the 3 of air, which is the 3 of swords. So it does look like there is some pain going on right now that you're going to get some healing from. You are going to start to feel lighter. You're getting some healing. I would say too, try some guided meditations that assist you in tapping into your light self. I also see 2 birds back here. I never noticed them before. 2 birds with crowns on their heads. And another bird here with a crown on its head. It's almost like telling you to remember who you are. This heartache is temporary. Okay? Yeah, 8 of Earth, 8 of Pentacles. Your work, whatever you do, is going to be recognized. Or it is. Maybe you don't even realize it's being recognized. Like you are a star to some people. Or you are just standing out and shining right now. You also are coming off as very creative and artistic. And it does feel like something you do creatively or artistically is going to draw the attention of people. Do not doubt yourself. Maybe in the past you've been wounded, and I'm not even feeling just from love relationships, but from just a community of people in general. It feels like just walking away from everything and then being here alone. But you are whatever you've been working on, it is growing, and it's growing big, and it's gonna bring you in an abundance of prosperity. And I do see collaborations, collaborative work being very beneficial as well. Yeah. So whatever brought you pain you're getting healing from that, from like the divine, or I even heard star ancestors. So you may be star seeds that are here at this reading. Everyone's a star seed, but not everyone is connected and tapped in. And if you're here, you're pretty tapped in and connected. Maybe you find yourself looking up at the sky a lot, acknowledging the stars, the moon, the sun, the clouds. Rainbows may pop up for you a lot. These are all signs and symbols that your star ancestors are like, hi. Okay, let's see what blessings are coming in you don't even see. Mom Lambo, self-sabotage. And Medusa, rage. Well, shit. I'm sure you're looking at both these cards and going, how the hell are these blessings coming in? Well, let me explain to you. So with self-sabotage here, you see this big long snake. Snakes represent, for me, a shedding, a releasing, a transformative energy. You also have a card that equals the number 6, which makes me think of a choice, making choices. I feel like one of the blessings coming in is that you're going to be able to see where you are in your own way, that no one else is in the way. You are in your own way. You look how you're looking this way, but you're not looking here. Even here, your head is down. Your head is down. You are being blessed with being able to see that you are a star and get out of your own way. It's your mindset that stops you. Your mindset. With Medusa, rage here, there may have been something unfair that happened to you. It feels like something very unfair that changed you. With this 3, 4, 3, 2, 5, it gives me the energy of a transition. You went through a huge change. You're very connected to the moon, by the way. This is a very lunar energy pile, I see. So pay attention to the lunar cycles big time. But anyway, back to this. You were wronged in a way, and I'm going to be, if I'm the first one to say it, yes, there was an injustice done to you, and it was not acknowledged. And this might have caused some inner rage, maybe whatever caused this pain here. However, you are going to be blessed with the ability to shed all of that and stand in your power of who you truly are, not letting other people be able to transform or change your energy due to experiences you've gone through. You're going to be able to channel that rage creatively. You're going to be able to put the things that have molded you into your work, into whatever it is that people are drawn to. Because I do feel like people are drawn when I see the star. You help people, I feel like, you're getting a blessing in being able to show people the way to healing, to overcoming things that maybe they're holding on to in their own energy. And that's what's challenging their path, rather than putting it on other people or situations or incidents. The blessing you're getting is empowerment. You are reclaiming your power. Okay. So some advice. Water. Allow it to flow and let that shit go. They just said everything I just said in a nutshell. Shedding and releasing, getting out of your own way, letting go of these past pains. Your advice is to let any past-ish go. Okay? Because things are flowing, things are going. You got water just clearing all of that muck out. This feels like you were in the muck, in the swamps, like drowning in your own sorrow and self-pity. However, and then angry because it wasn't acknowledged, or you're not acknowledged, or you're not getting what you're looking for. But now, this clear water is coming to bring you clarity. It's clearing away anything that is in the way of you flowing forward. So the only thing that can hold you back right now is you, your mindset. You have to just trust that everything is unfolding as it should. And as long as you can stay in that energy, you'll be okay. So now let's go to your card of advice, your second card of advice, which is the card you came to serve. Oops. Okay. In your life, you have come through dark times and have experienced enough to be able to choose whether to offer your gift to others. In your heart, you know that everything you have overcome has been a part of the journey that has brought you to this very moment. Your spirit guide has watched over you and is telling you that you are now ready to use your gifts and share them with the world. But everything you have come through has taught you grace and wisdom that you must share. Remember, the one who serves others is served by the highest spirit of all. And man, when I say these readings, these advice cards have been tying everything in, boom. All that you've gone through, you are meant to use that to help other people. Pretty much, you came to serve. Welcome, light worker. I'd love to know who you are. Welcome to the tribe. Please subscribe if you're new here. Like this video, because I'm sure this resonated with you. This was powerful, my Power Twos. Thank you for letting me read you today and tap into your energy. I thank you guys for being here with me as well. And on that note, please remember to check the description for other ways we can vibe, peace, blessings, and all that good stuff that comes from being a part of my tribe. And I just rhymed. Don't forget to join that free 7-day workshop, Your Ancestors Speak. Information is in the description. Peace, blessings, bye. I'll be back with pile number 3. Hey, pal 3. Okay, so you were drawn to it is always okay to ask for guidance when the way is unclear. Which is why you are here anyway. So you've already taken that step, but we're going to put this over here. That is one of your advice cards, and it will be read last. Let's see what is going on right now in the present that's amazing that you're not noticing. We got 3 of Earth, which is the 3 of Pentacles. Ooh. Okay. We also have the Page of Earth, which is the Page of Pentacles. And we have 9 of Water, which is the 9 of Cups. Well, my 3s, damn, you got great shit going on right now. All right, with the 3 of Earth here, like, people want to work with you. People want to collaborate with you. And if that's not coming through right now, it will. And if not, just know your work is being recognized as, like, you're amazing at what you do. I also see people noticing your appearance, that you look really good. Maybe you're getting yourself in shape. You're dressing differently. Whatever the case may be, you're standing out now, and a lot of eyes are looking at you. You may want to look at pile number 2. It has a similar energy. The only difference is it seems like yours is currently flowing right now. We have the Page of Earth here, the Page of Pentacles. There's an opportunity. Someone is going to offer you an opportunity to make some extra money. It does feel like like someone who's seeing you, watching you, is going to offer you something, money, financially, and it's going to be your wish come true, your dreams come true. 9 of Water is the 9 of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment card. That means whatever it is you're working on that's about to get recognition and make money for you, or get your opportunity to make some money, is going to be the key and the answer to all your dreams. So if you're not noticing this opportunity coming in yet, then it's coming. And stay in the vibration of prosperity and abundance, okay? With this red here is making me feel like root chakra. Stay grounded, stay connected to your root chakra so that all of this can come in. The other 2 piles gave me crown chakra energy, staying connected to the divine, not losing faith. Your energy is very earthy and grounded. Stay connected to the planet as much as you can. Meditate, walk in nature, sit by water, hug a tree. Things like that will automatically snap you back into alignment. Okay. What 2 blessings are coming in you don't even see? You got Cetera with brazen, sorry. And you have Asasaya, joy. And I love getting the card Asasaya. Shout out to Asasaya African Dance Company in New York, directed by my boy Yao Ababio. Okay. And a lot of these cards are going in order, even though I shuffle. So you got 16, 17. When you see cards that are, in alignment number-wise, it usually means you're on the right path. Okay, your things are actually flowing in the correct direction. So let's see. The first blessing I'm getting with Cetera. I hope I'm saying her name right. I don't like butchering these things. The first blessing I'm seeing with Cetera is a lot of energy, fiery energy. Getting a blessing of being able to push forward, to go for it, to just make brave choices, and everything that, like, any weapon formed against you will not prosper. It's like that energy. All who mean you harm will fall out your way. Your hurdles will become illusions because you are connected to source. So what would you dare to do if you knew you couldn't fail? That's the energy you're in right now. That's the blessing that's coming through. The ability to do whatever you want to do, and know that nothing can get in your way, nothing and no one can stop you. And that leads you to joy. Of course, wish fulfillment and joy in the same power. It's just, to me, this is just amazing confirmation that you're being blessed with happiness. Your happiness matters, okay? I want you to know that. Your laughter like waters the earth, as Asaseya's guidance would be. You deserve to be happy. And now you're being blessed with being able to feel good and feel safe feeling good, knowing that nothing is going to get in the way of your joy. Joy with no limits. Self-love. And your happiness doesn't need to look like anyone else's. But you have to be able to imagine it first, and then you'll live it. So I feel like you are getting a blessing with going after whatever makes you happy and getting it. That's your blessing. Wow, literally your wish fulfillment coming in. And here's a little giggle therapy break that's in the book. And I think it's cute. And I think this is perfect for my, intuitive therapy session. Close your eyes and see yourself joy-filled. Now laugh with your mouth and your eyes wide open. Try to release feel-good endorphins. And then declare, I feel like me when I'm happy. All right. I love that. I love that. All right. And your advice card says, next level, my threes. Who are you? Who are y'all? Okay. Think big. You're moving to the next level. Well, shit. There's your confirmation. You are moving on up. You're moving on up. Some opportunity is coming in, and it may seem small. That's what I'm hearing. This opportunity, or it may have already came in. It may seem little or small or like not much. Or the person that you're collaborating with doesn't seem like they have much to offer. But just know that the end game is it's going to bring in everything you wished. Everything you wished for. It's going to level you up. So think big. Whatever you dream, whatever you want to manifest, call it in, because right now there's nothing stopping you, nothing in the way of you manifesting your dreams. And good grief, like what other advice you need that you good. Look like you good. But okay. Last card of advice is, it is always okay to ask for guidance when the way is unclear. You may have lost your way on the spiritual path you started on, but help is always at hand when you need it. The guardian spirits that light our universe always know where you are on the path and are only a thought away from you. They are telling you that when the way is unclear, it is time to stop and take stock of where you have come from, rather than make hasty decisions about your future. Now is the time for you to ask for assistance and allow the light beings to gently lead you to a place where you can pause and wait for life's clouds to clear. And it looks like for you, life's clouds are clearing. So think big, level up. Let me know who you are in the comments. Thank you guys for letting me tap into this amazing energy today. All of you people that were drawn to my video, that I'm thinking like we a bunch of depressed people, or people who are struggling with depression or fighting it off, but it seems like everybody that was drawn here is an amazingly powerful light worker. Amazing. And that's probably what leads to the depression, the functioning depression. As I said in the beginning, it's mainly light workers that deal with it. It's because you feel like you have to continue to push on for the sake of others. But what you are learning today is that all you need to do is to take care of you, because if you don't take care of you, you will not be able to take care of anyone else. And you know that if you dealt with depression. When you're not taking care of your mental health, do you feel like getting up and taking care of chores in the home, or taking care of your children, or even yourself? Well, I think my pal threes your days of depression are going to be behind you faster than you expect. And it may feel like a long time coming with all this earth energy, because earth moves slow, but now we're hitting water. So it feels like now things are going to start to feel like they're coming in fast. Even here, he's standing in front of what looks like he's about to go on a journey. So things are shifting for you. Enjoy it. Join my free workshop that'll help you shift your energy even more. Think about traveling with us. Bonessa Peace Guinea Retreat 2024. And think about being an ambassador. Ambassadors stay for free. Ask me how. Send me an email. All my information's in the description, so check it out. Please subscribe if you're new here. I don't know if I said that before, but people be forgetting to subscribe. And like the video. Like the video and comment and share. These are the things that help me to continue to do the light work that I'm doing here. And on that note, I love you guys. Peace, blessings, and all that good stuff that comes from being a part of my channel. Until next time, bye.